Welcome back to A320 Knowledge, your trusted source for Airbus expertise. Today, we're diving into part 3 of our masterclass on low visibility operations. In today's tutorial, we'll explore the following: the critical design and aerodynamic factors that ensure visibility during low visibility approaches and landings, key operational definitions like decision height, alert height, and Category 3 procedures explained clearly, and how to optimize seat position and understand RVR requirements for safe and effective low visibility operations. From a pilot's perspective, various design features are critical for effective low visibility operations. These include the longitudinal distance from a point directly above the main landing gear to the pilot's eye level, the vertical height between the pilot's eyes and the main landing gear, and the positioning of the glide slope antenna. Another key factor is the cockpit cutoff angle, which represents the angle formed between the horizontal plane and an inclined plane passing through the pilot's eyes, below which the view is obstructed by the aircraft's structure. This angle, observed during the landing attitude, is influenced by the approach speed, glide path angle, pilot's eye position, and the drift angle. Pilots must ensure their seat position is correctly adjusted for low visibility approaches. Even a minor change in seat height can greatly impact the visual segment length. For instance, a 1 centimeter shift in eye position corresponds to roughly 1 degree of cockpit cutoff angle and 10 meters of ground visibility at 100 feet. Adjusting the seat properly allows for optimal use of the cockpit cutoff angle while ensuring all instruments and controls remain within easy reach. In the A320, there is a seat position indicator that helps pilots adjust their seating accurately. This indicator typically involves aligning red and white markers, which serve as visual cues to achieve the correct eye position for optimal visibility during approaches. Aerodynamic design plays a significant role in visibility during final approach, flare, and landing. A nose-up attitude reduces the downward viewing angle relative to the horizon. For example, an aircraft with a cockpit cutoff angle of 21 degrees and an 8-degree pitch attitude provides similar visibility to one with a 13-degree cutoff angle and a 0-degree pitch attitude. Factors such as approach speed, aircraft configuration, and gross weight also impact visibility. Furthermore, the flare characteristics of an aircraft can greatly affect forward visibility, as any positive pitch attitude during landing further reduces the pilot's view. In low visibility conditions, operational definitions are critical. Decision height is the height of the aircraft's wheels above the runway, marking the point at which a go-around must be initiated unless the required visual reference is established and the aircraft's position and approach path are deemed suitable for a safe continuation of the approach and landing. For decision heights under 200 feet, the reference must come from a radio altimeter. Alert height is the height above which an approach must be discontinued if a failure occurs in a fail operational system, causing the RVR to fall below the reversionary minima for landing, or if the necessary visual reference has not been established. Category 2 is a precision approach and landing conducted with an ILS, where the decision height is below 200 feet but not less than 100 feet. And the minimum RVR required is 300 meters. Category 3A involves a precision ILS approach with a decision height below 100 feet, but no less than 50 feet, and a minimum RVR of 200 meters. Category 3B is a precision ILS approach where the decision height is either below 50 feet or not applicable, with a minimum RVR of 75 meters. A fail operational automatic landing system is considered fail operational if it allows the approach, flare, and landing to continue automatically, even in the event of a single component failure on the aircraft below the alert height. If a failure occurs, the system will revert to a fail passive mode. A fail-passive automatic landing system is characterized by disengaging upon failure without causing significant changes in trim, flight path, or attitude. Following a failure, the landing must be completed manually, or a manual go-around must be performed if visual references are inadequate. The approach band point is the point at which an instrument approach cannot proceed below 1,000 feet above the aerodrome elevation or into the final approach segment if the decision height is above 1,000 feet, unless the reported visibility or controlling RVR exceeds the aerodrome's operating minima. The RVR used for the approach band is based on the touchdown zone RVR and/or the mid and stop ends if applicable. We'll cover specific RVR criteria later in the tutorial. If the RVR drops below the minima after the approach band point, the approach may continue down to the decision height. Ground movement restrictions at aerodromes during low visibility operations are established to keep ground vehicles and taxiing aircraft from entering areas designated for takeoff and landing. These procedures also protect sensitive areas of the aerodrome's navigation systems and manage traffic flow on the approach. Air traffic control ensures the implementation of low visibility procedures when departures take place in runway visual range conditions of less than 800 meters, or when the cloud ceiling is 200 feet or lower. It's important to note that these are the minimum requirements, and local regulations may mandate more stringent criteria for activating LVPs. The International Civil Aviation Organization sets RVR reporting guidelines, requiring increments of 25 meters up to 400 meters, 50 meters between 400 and 800 meters, and 100 meters for values above 800 meters. Any change in the RVR must be reported to air traffic control within 15 seconds. Pilots must always be aware of the RVR value for the touchdown zone, while midpoint and stop-end RVR values are generally not needed unless they are lower than the touchdown zone RVR. Runway visual range, RVR, refers to the distance a pilot can see runway markings or the lights marking the centerline or runway edges while positioned on the runway's centerline. RVR measurements have replaced traditional visibility indicators, which are less accurate in low visibility conditions. RVR is a more reliable and precise measurement, especially in fog, and can be quickly assessed. Transmissometers placed near the runway provide these RVR readings. Transmissometers offer instrumented RVR, known as IRVR, readings for 3 critical zones on the runway: touchdown, midpoint, and stop end. The RVR for the touchdown zone is the primary controlling value, but the midpoint and stop end values may also be significant during high-speed landings, down to around 60 knots. For Category 2, 3A, and 3B operations with RVR under 150 meters, only IRVR measurements are acceptable, as human observations or pilot visibility assessments are not allowed. Takeoffs in low visibility are defined when the reported RVR is less than 400 meters. For takeoffs with an RVR below 150 meters, specific lighting and low visibility procedures must be in place. When the RVR reaches as low as 125 meters, approval from the relevant regulatory authority is required. Our popular A320 tech quizzes are now part of an exclusive newsletter membership designed to provide you with even more value. As a member, you'll receive 4 brand new A320 tech quizzes every month, one each Monday, delivered straight to your inbox. You'll also receive exclusive deep dives into A320 systems, procedures, and techniques that go beyond this YouTube content. And you'll also gain access to bonus content and other surprises to keep your knowledge fresh and up to date. If you're interested, click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to sign up today. Thanks for tuning in, and let's take your A320 knowledge to the next level.